Chief Ekweme said to Prince Chimezie, "The right, Your Highness. You must perform the right." Prince Chimezie said to him, "My father wouldn't have wanted that." "Tradition demands it, Prince Chimezie. Two heads of twins, a month old, and their mother's head as well, to appease the gods and to ensure a smooth burial." Prince Chimezie replied him, "That's barbaric. My father wouldn't stand for such bloodshed." "This isn't about your father's wishes, Prince. It is about the crown. If another person claims the sacrifice first, they become the king." Chimezie said to him, "It won't happen. Don't be naive, Prince. Greed knows no bound." Desperate for the throne, Chief Ekweme seeks out Ezenwa the Dibia. Deep within the village forbidden forest, he said to him, "Ezenwa, I come to you in the time of need. The king is gone, and the prince refuses the sacrifice." Ezenwa said to him, "I sense your ambition, Chief Ekweme. It burns bright." He replied, "Ezenwa, I deserve the throne. The prince is weak, but the tradition won't allow me to claim it without the sacrifice. Help me, Ezenwa." Ezenwa said to him, "There is a way, but it demands a heavy price." "What price?" Chief Ekweme asked him. "The blood of your dearest daughter." "No, no, no, Ezenwa, not my only daughter. It can't be. I love my daughter so much. I can't sacrifice her for my power." Chief Ekweme, the path to power is paved with sacrifice. Are you willing to walk it? Meanwhile, the prince ran to the king's chamber, where the king is lying dead, yet to be buried. Prince Chimezie cried and said to his father, "Why, father? Why do you have to die now? Why do you have to leave me to face all this? I can't kill, father. I can't. Please help me." The father suddenly moved his hands. Immediately, Prince Chimezie panicked. He rushed out and called the village doctor. When the village doctor arrived, he said to him, "Please help my father. He moved his hands as I was talking to him." The village doctor examined the king and found out that he was still alive, but barely alive. "He is in a deep coma. I suspect he struck poison." Prince Chimezie replied him, "Poison? Who would?" The village doctor interrupted him. "That is not the question. Now is a question for another time. Prince, we need to move him. This place is not safe." Later that night, the prince left the village with the king and the family. Meanwhile, Chief Ekweme stands by the bed looking at his only daughter Ogechi as she sleeps peacefully, oblivious to the danger. Ekweme said to himself, "No one can stop me from becoming the next king of this village." He brought out the knife that Dibia gave him and stabbed his daughter while she's deep asleep. Next, he headed to the nearby bathing hut, where he gathered information that the woman is pregnant with twins. a young woman named Ezinne who is already in labor. The midwife emerges cuddling the two healthy newborn twins. The mother-in-law was so happy, not knowing the worst is about to happen. After thanking the gods for the birth of the twins, she carried them inside to meet their mother. As she laid the babies beside their mother and left immediately to get water, Ekwueme sneaked in quietly with some young men of the village. They killed the woman and her twins, not knowing that the mother-in-law saw them committing the crime, but couldn't do anything because it's already late. She ran to the oracle. She cried and wept. And she said, "You call yourself a god that cares for its own, and you let this happen? My daughter, her newborn twins slaughtered like chicken. You have to do something." She raises her fist towards the sky and placed a curse upon their land. May it bear witness to the darkness that dwells in your heart. With a final heart-wrenching scream, the mother-in-law stabbed herself with a dagger into her own chest, collapsing into the flame. The effect of the mother-in-law's curse is immediate and devastating. The once lush fields of Umagu withered and died. The clear water of the village stream turned to blood. A son raping his own mother, and a son killing his own brother. An unsettling silence descends, broken not only by the cries of unseen creatures. Fear becomes a tangible presence, suffocating the once vibrant village. While Chief Ekwueme gets tormented by the ghosts of his victims, he finds no solace in the throne he so desperately craved. He's plagued by the nightmares, haunted by the screams of Ezinne and her mother-in-law. Sleep offers no escape. It only deepens into his own personal hell. Unable to bear the weight of his guilt any longer, Chief Ekwueme stumbled out of his house and ran to the village square. The villagers looked in disgust, their faces twisted with hatred because of his crime. Chief Ekwueme confessed, "I killed Ezinne and her twins for the throne. I also killed my only daughter for my selfish interest. Please find a place in your heart to forgive me." He collapsed. He was carried back to his house by some group of young men. Days later, he breathed his last breath. He died. The king decided to come back after recovering. He summoned the elders and asked for their opinion about the calamity upon them. One of them suggested that they consult the Dibia from the other village. They sent out one of the guards. Immediately, the Dibia came standing in front of the king. He said, "I already know why you called. A woman cursed this land. It will take a woman to cleanse the land. Igwe, my king, your daughter Adeze will go to the thick forest and get the fruit of life. That is the only way this land will be free from all the terrors happening." The king immediately refused. He said, "But this is my only daughter. How can they try to take my only daughter? It won't work. I will not accept it." The Dibia replied him, "Igwe, my king, the gods have spoken. It is better you listen, or your land will continue to suffer forever." Later, the princess agreed to go and save the land by getting the fruit of life. The Dibia said to her, "Legend speaks of the fruit of life hidden deep within the whispering woods. It is said to possess the power to heal even the grievous wounds. But no one has ever returned from there alive." The princess replied him, "Then I shall be the first from Umago. For my people, I will find this fruit." Armed with courage and a sharpened machete, the princess ventured into the forbidden territory of the whispering forest. The air hangs heavy with unsettling quiet, broken only by the rustle noise of unseen creatures and the unsettling murmurs of leaves. Twisted branches reach out like skeleton fingers, and the dense fog obstructs the path ahead. Fear bites at Princess' heart, but she pushes on, her determination fueled by the desperate plead of her people. The princess finally reached a clear land that had a beautiful glow. In the center stands a magnificent old woman, her eyes burning with an ancient wisdom. As the princess approaches, the spirit of her mother stands beside her. The old woman said to her, "You have come far, my princess. Ezinne's mother-in-law's cause was born out of grief, but hope remains. The fruit of life lies within the tree, guided by wild animals. Prove your worth, your passion, and your waving love for Umago." The princess faced the wild animal, unarmed and unafraid. She speaks not of her needs, but of the sufferings of her people, the lessons learned from Ikweme's mistake. The wild animal listened intently, its gaze softening. Suddenly, the wild animal lowers its head. The princess understands that the fruit does not demand blood, but a gesture of genuine remorse and a willingness to heal. Taking a deep breath, the princess allows a single tear to roll down her cheek, offering it to the wild animal as a symbol of her sorrow and determination. The wild animal steps aside, allowing the princess to approach the growing tree. She plucks a single fruit. Its golden surface trembled with a fragile energy. The princess exits the whispering forest. The trial she faced has forged a strength and wisdom within her that goes beyond her age. As she emerges from the whispering forest, the villagers erupt in cheers. The princess holds the fruit of life, a beacon in their darkened world. The princess have returned. The curse will be broken. Let me show you how to prepare the ritual, the Dibia said, with his face full of relief and admiration. Following the Dibia's guidance, the princess prepared the rituals. The fruit of life is placed on a ceremonial altar. The golden light fills the night sky. The princess chants an ancient song, a melody passed down through generations, a plea for forgiveness and renewal. The villagers join her, their voices weary of hope. As the chant reaches the loudest point, the fruit of life releases a wave of golden energy. It washes over the land. The wilted crop begin to show sign of life, their leaves turning a vibrant green. The once blood-stained water of the stream clear, their flow became pure and fresh. A collective sign of relief washes over the village. Laughter replaces cry of despair, and music fills the air. Men, women, and children dance under the skylight, celebrating their newfound freedom. The princess stands among them, not as a princess, but as a daughter of Umago, a symbol of their resilience and a leader forged in the fire of adversity. The princess then turns towards her father, the elders, and the Dibia. She said, "We need to establish a tradition. Every year during the planting season, we will gather at the edge of the wood. We will tell the story of the course, the sacrifice, and the fruit of life." The father replied her, "A wise decision, my princess. We will never forget, but we will also not show fear. We will face the future with courage and compassion, for that is the true legacy of Umago." The whole villagers agreed. Chief Ekweme's desire for power binded him to the true cost of his actions. It nearly destroyed Umago and led to the innocent lives being lost, which means that greed and ambition can lead to destructive consequences. If you want to see more epic stories from African folk tales by Mona, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more captivating tales. Don't forget to share the story to your loved ones so that they can also experience the tale of Umago. Do not forget to tell us where you are watching us from.